My name is Margaret in Windsor, and I was kidnapped, brought to the United States in 1941, and I was brought to Mountbatten, Alabama, and given the name of a twin that's dead, deceased. Both twins were Peggy and Carl Dempsey, and I married a Childers, and I have to use that name still. I found out in 1983 that both twins, my real name, and that the twins were both dead, Peggy and Carl, so they took my identity and put me in a hellhole. And I've shown pictures on here before of the family where they put me. I grew up in hell, and it hasn't been any different. I'm not allowed to say my name, even though I carry birth certificates of the twins. And they've even marked through the dates of birth, which is illegal. It states on the birth certificates from Montgomery, Alabama, that it's illegal to change it. The birth dates they gave me when they brought me over in I was born in 39, did not match the dates of birth of Peggy and Carl, the twins. So the state of Alabama simply just marked through and put the date January the 7th of 39 that I've always had to use to make it coincide. Now then, I have been left homeless, made homeless. I have had things done to me, cold-blooded murders, done to me and my boys, my sons Mark and Scott, who are the legal heirs to the British Crown after me. I've had things done to me you wouldn't do to the sickest criminal on the face of this earth. Now then, I'm going to show you Wallace Simpson. This is not my mother. She never married my father. This was all contrived by the New World Order, the Illuminati that's now in place now. Elizabeth is a part of it. Hillary Clinton. Part of my family are Freemasons. They're the same thing. The Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers. They orchestrated my kidnapping, my father's takedown, and the takedown of the British Empire. Now then, this was probably my father's picture. It was a forced abdication. This is not. Wallace Simpson is not married to the King of England, Edward VIII. It was forced abdication. There's an addendum to it that stated that it would not disinherit should my father have an heir, and it was legal and is in binding. And there's a 99-year seal placed on it. But I don't know the words for it, what they did to my father and to my mother and me and my sons here in this country, and they did to the British, who are the reason they're the reason I've lived now, and some German relatives, or Germans, I might add. Now then, this is Earl Spencer. I don't know that he has any connection to Diana, and I'm not going to call her princess. She's just as much of the fraud. When she married Charles, she knew, and she had her two sons who are parading around as princes and heirs to the crown. They're not. They helped take down Great Britain, and I have said for so long that there's nobody but God himself that could step down from wherever he lives and put a stop to this and put the punishment to these people who helped take down my country, helped kidnap me. My mother is Georgia O'Keeffe's sister, Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, and she's married to my father, Edward VIII. So they did everything in the book, while this family, the Diana, Elizabeth, and the whole family has robbed my country. They helped take my name. They helped do all this to me. They've had all these years. I'm 76 years old. They've had all these years to try to make amends, and they didn't, of course. And I don't know what else. I saw this book where I'm saying this is just the birth certificates of Peggy, the name I have to use. It's just marked through there, and but it's got 08, which is a different from the year that they gave me. And this is Carl, the twin. They've marked over it. and they've got the 8 still there, as in 38, but they marked over January the 7th, 1959. Of course, both of them are dead. But, yes, I wanted to get to this. This is my father, the real King Edward VIII. This is Elizabeth's father, who became the illegal King George VI. This is 1939, the year I was born, and he's with Roosevelt. And Roosevelt, they're planning my kidnapping with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, etc. And he helped take down his own brother. In any other culture anywhere, this would be the most horrific crime, to do that to your own brother, the monarch. And the mass cover-ups that has transpired and killed his only daughter, me, Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. These people did nothing but flaunt it. Look how this woman lived. I've lived in a pigsty. It was a total lie. I was brought to this country, and this is me. That's Lana Dempsey, the woman that killed the twins that I had to call mother, who abused me. The whole family did. Not one of them stepped forward to make amends or even try to make things right. This is Georgia, my aunt, sister to my mother, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. This is the woman who has kept this up, who robbed me and my family of our rightful belongings and heritage and name. I can't even use my name. And she's a traitor to Great Britain. I have to wonder, during all this, where were you people? It seems the British and some of my family, but mainly my family from Germany, on the German side, and perhaps, look what this country did it, and the New World Order, the Rothschilds and Bilderbergers, and to Anastasia and Tsar Nicholas. And Anastasia was killed up here in Charlottesville. Her husband that she married, Anderson, was a professor. Well, his last name was Monahan. He was a professor at the University of Virginia, and she was illegally locked up and called crazy, and he tried to get her out. He's a professor. He couldn't. And on the day that I drove the car through here, May the 4th of 84, I'd been in a campaign and flown out to Flint because he'd been shot. And he says on this endorsement, I know who shot him. But she was killed as I went through Charlottesville. So there's so many people who want me dead. I hope and I pray it gets me to no end to know what's happened to my country, to the UK, to the British, and the United States controls it all now, and the so-called UN, which is just an offshoot. It's who controls the world now. And they started out as hostages. I know that some of my family in the Netherlands and Denmark and Scotland, well, I don't know about the Netherlands, but not Scotland, excuse me. If you think I'm upset, yeah, I have been run, and a month and a half ago I was run just trying to have a place to live with formaldehyde. I am allergic to chemicals and have an immune disorder. And when I'm around toxic fumes, it makes my immune system attack itself. So this is part of what's been used against me. But the people that were doing that with the formaldehyde, it caused me to fall twice. And I guess I fractured my arm or broke it. I've got to get to the doctor. And I have a retina that's detached. That anyway, you get the drift. You can't even tell my life. And I saw this book down here where I'm at now, and I thought, my God, how can I stand to watch history played out like this? And this woman, her 2 sons, have lived a happy life off of me too, while my sons lived in hell. And yeah, if there's a God anywhere, look at it. You want to see me picking cotton and eating slop while these 2 paraded, and she's pretending that she cares about the money that she stole and the life she was living. And I hope there's God, because nobody else can make them pay. They've all had a jolly good time. I want my name back, I want my country back, and